Who's it going to be? Well, it starts here. Map number 1 for our first of 3 days of competition here in Grand Finals of PMSL Americas. A big opportunity. Placing top 2 moves you directly into the next stage of competition. PMGC the Gauntlet. Who wants to make it?
Well, everyone loves action here, Taylor.
When we're getting it off the rip, it's VIP opposite of 9Z. And immediately VIP takes an early loss to none other than 9Z Kogo, the GOAT himself. Hot drops on Rondo Dave seem to happen a lot because teams know they get a second chance.
Yeah, it looks like 9Z did offer like a little 2-2 split over here early game. They're dropping 2 of their squad mates off to VIP to see with it and get cooking. Batman back against the wall. Whoa! A little pump action over here. Here comes the third member from 9Z showing up, trying to take out Batman. Can we get him?
Oh, he's got
the
this.
DP on the opposite end, and finally someone taking out Batman. The Batman. Full Sentin eliminated by United 4 Gaming. That would just, that would be the end of them. That momentum, especially after having a fun little day yesterday, right? And then coming into the serious matches today. I would just hate to watch. I mean, it looks like United 4 Gaming actually going to be somewhat camping the recall tower. So the recall tower is going to be behind them.
I think Fate has enough distance where he can potentially disengage if he wants to. And I think that might very well be the play for Klaus. He's got us stuck in this moment. Honestly, not a bad spot to be in, though. I mean, if he can hit his shots, he can do a lot of damage to United 4 Gaming. And
gonna be taking the fight. Oh, just popping his head up, trying to take a shot, trying to get that one-tap dirt, not missing the mark here. A little gas can, a little trap action, Enigma. Okay.
Yeah, but he's got the stun gun. Look, Klaus is trying to do
there it goes, the gas can. So Fate did pop in that dossier and was able to evacuate the city just in time, too, because now straight out into Paul, also coming over here, Enigma.
Whether it be even potentially 9Z, Fate luckily did manage to get away, so that's going to be a huge positive. But straight out of Paul have a big advantage in this moment. And Dave, I don't want to see them let it go to waste. They can mow down all of the remaining players.
But we'll get back to that because we got a big fight happening right now. A7 toss a little sticky bomb over there, trying to get the explosion out. Bukowski from the off angle laying down some really nice cover fire right now. So this is going to be in the zone.
So that next stage, they have to win a fight, especially against this team, because if they don't, I feel it's only downhill from here.
I think it might already be downhill. Mythic is down. Revo starting to push up. We know what he can do as a Slayer. Off angle on TL, no worries. TL sniffs it out, cleans it up. Obscure, though, you mentioned him. What can he do in this moment against Team Liquid? Arguably their rival for the longest time. The circle coming up from Carrillo off of the distance. He's going to be the anchor point in case this fight does not go well for Alpha 7, which, David, seems to be going very well. Team Liquid falling apart.
Yeah, it's really a stairs angle too, a little bit of a TPP right angle peak. Alpha 7 understanding the disadvantage they have, especially if one of them is to get knocked immediately from the first shot. Really trying to play it slow, take their time. And for Team Liquid, especially with you being the last player up, you need to somehow make it and get the revive. But Inco Gaming now, they come from Narnia, they get some shots down. There goes one Alpha 7 player, and this is starting to be a little bit of hope maybe for the Team Liquid squad.
I don't know about hope, but send Rosen some flowers for sure. I don't know about hope though. Let's see, SK12. I mean, look at, he's just locked in. Looking at that player cam, he is just locked in. Here comes the push now. The pre-fire through the doorway. There's one. Can we get the second one? We need to. We got it done here. Reflections. He got it done. He's still alive.
Now what can they do through adversity? It's Jaguar on your screen against United 4 Gaming, who is once again in a tussle with the muscle, but Jaguar is sending it right back to him. Hates, good Molotov will force back one of the members from Jaguar, giving an opportunity maybe to reposition, but Jaguar unrelenting, continues to push up. Nice shot from Power. Power backing up, Jaguar down. I don't know. It's so back and forth, it's hard to tell. We're sure looking to have the advantage in this moment, but United 4 Gaming, even still already a great game. How many points were they able to accumulate?
In positioning, so if you're Team Jaguar or United 4 Gaming, at the minimum, you've got to get your third player up and on his feet, but Carlin God, he's the one tested. Alonzo and giving the call out. He's through the door, and he's not understanding who's close, who's taking the shots for him. Down to just Poacher now for Team Jaguar. He's got the S12K, trying to get some jump shots going. A little bit of a guessing game with the pre-fires. Did get one through the door, it looks like there, but he's got to find the shots. Nade primed from the other side, possibly finding the angle through the window, just missing it through the door. 1v1 situation here, and you've got to, I feel at some point here, Dave, you got to start pushing through. You got to start taking the initiative, because if you allow a player to swing on your outside,
he's in.
Potentially it might be it. It might be donezo, but still the 1v1, it's getting dragged on.
So funny how both players kind of changed positions here. Finally, Ocho gonna just be trying to send it with the SK-12. Oh my goodness, he just weaseled his way through the doorway. This is crazy. At least we got the confirmation. He's back in the building. 1v1. There it is.
Would be a man advantage, even though they are going for the slam, but they're going all the way east. Yeah, you're making mention of it. We see it here as well to the west. This is going to be the far side, the first sort of teams that have to move in the circle. Alpha 7 down to just Revo, trying to get Sox down onto Resilience. Does get one, not the second.
Right between Maryland here, threading the needle. My dude's still alive, and we're sending it right to INF. We ain't never giving up here, Reflections.
Whoa, he was Revo. He went full speed ahead. I'm actually shocked. I know Revo is that guy, but even for Revo, that was a wild push. What else are you gonna do as a solo? I mean, it's tightly compact moment. 9Z started off our day with some fights. They're looking to finish off the day with some fights. Reyes pushing up into Rules of War. He's gonna be the only true competitor really to this Rules of War position, and Reyes is getting cooked by these nades. One more and he's gone.
To erupt though, and then once when it does start to go underway, then they spring the trap and try a third party. And this would be the call right now for the Wolves to make that push, because now in 10th game they're going to be working their way up the hill towards Team Liquid here. Reflections.
Yeah, you're spot on with that for sure. This is where Wolves need to capitalize. Silence. Once they get him from the back end, they'll continue to push up. Rafa trying to capitalize off the early down he was able to acquire just a little bit ago on TL. He's going to unfortunately fall. So IG, I mean, just caught in an unfortunate set of circumstances. They've got Wolves now pulling up.
Nice.
Team Liquid that they've been embroiled in this battle. And for Team Liquid, now they can focus purely on the Wolves up ahead. This is going to be a big...
Yeah, Rose of War, very happy still with their hardcover, so not surprised they're not moving yet. They're kind of just overlooking the mayhem out here. But look at this. Remember, X-Force, they had a duo behind Loops for a good amount of time. Looks like Alim finally going to be popping his head up. Going to be getting a nice little elimination right there. 2 more grenades to go. Rataboy, not very happy with the snake in the grass behind them. We'll be taking them down and out, but we'll be getting a confirmation before going out.
No way.
INF and the Wolves here, Reflections. The Wolves looking to clean house over here.
Bro, they already have. They're at 14. They're at 14 eliminations.
But the Wolves, they've been really proactive, sitting on 16. So if there was a squad out of the two that are just kind of feeling it a little more here on this Rondo map here, Enigma, I would be going with the Wolves. So I'm looking at them to kind of overtake the North.
The North, we're going to have to look at the South. We wondered what Loops was going to be doing. They're trying to full slam into the rocks. The sort of eliminations onto the Loops members really just struggled with that squad to be able to get on their feet. And now we actually see it. Inco Gaming getting full sent from the Wolves. They're not stopping at all here this match. It doesn't matter if it's stage 7.
They want 20. They want 20. They're at 17. It's possible. 3 more. Maybe finishing at 21. Well, not anymore.
Well, I could out the math right there, to say the least. And for Wolves,
very good.
My only question mark here, Taylor, is going to be with this next circle shift. Igor's the only one in this circle.
Yes.
Every other player on his squad has to move in, and we actually see it there now. Doran, what is the rest of the team going to do? How are you going to be able to even rotate into the circle to support your member that's in this circle shift?
Yeah, I believe in the Wolves, but I just think in this moment, it's unfortunate they're out of position. Rose of War have it locked down. I just no way Rose of War give this up. You can notice Wolves, they have to full send it. They've got to make an attempt. They understand they're in dire straits, and they have no choice but to just push up as aggressively as they possibly can. Now, there is an opportunity for Baton to get 2 teammates back into play. That would be huge. And Higor, it's going to be up to him to try and keep Rose of War at bay so they don't push forward to get the finishes. So Higor, who is typically the linchpin for this roster, is once again put in that spot, but Demonor wants to take him down. Demonor's pushing up, but Higor is holding on, and Demonor's weak. Higor as well. Demonor will fall. Higor will fall too. But now it's only up to Baton. Baton is last up. A chance to get Dorn back into the fight is a possibility. The shots aren't going to connect. So Rose of War are going to be in a 3v1. Now the question is, Dave, can you transition to Higor to get him back into the fight?
Urgot with the off angle is going to pretty much spell disaster right now. Looks like Urgot
the
is getting that pickup. He's got the M and G3 as well, and perfect sight lines right behind that buggy.
Oh, no.
Yep, there's one. He's pushing up, using the crate for cover. Here comes the grenades, and Baton done and dusted. Royals of War getting the first winner chicken dinner with 13 eliminations to kickstart the finals.
You're definitely not safe across the map.
Absolute mess over there. Maryland still gonna be alive, but it's gonna be a challenge for them to make into the play zone. We saw Remix over there relaying the information to his squad mates that, hey, we got a problem over here, fellas. Looks like the Wolves are circling their prey right now, trying to really plan out their next move here. Coop's going to be holding down the back line in the hard cover. Looks like Doran did catch a grenade right there. I'm not sure a pickup will be possible. I do see Coops now grouping up Remix Reyes with a couple more grenades, and they're going to be just letting it rain. A mini red zone right there. Remix, a nice nade. Wolves right now, they're just getting picked apart here, fellas.
Wolves trying everything, but 9Z doing all the work. Another team will fall. That's Inko finally gone. The solo Vitali stayed alive as long as he possibly could, down to her top 3, and it's 9Z. But I think has priority here in the moment, especially with Carly got on fire and he's down. Yo, 9Z are taking this lobby by storm, Enigma.
Yeah, and getting the thirst as well off the molly. Most people trying to move out when you're on fire, but that's not going to be the case. And we actually see a full send play coming in. Jaguar catching one of the Maryland players out, thinking maybe it was only 1 or 2 left at the sniper tower, not being that full 4-man that 9Z was dealing with. But nonetheless, Maryland does go out.
So we'll have to see how they close this one out. A couple Molotovs right there trying to flush out that member in the building. But Kogo just overextending right there from the sightlines of Milo. Trying to get the pickup here, Reflections.
Gonna try for sure. 9Z, big moments. They had Rondo game 1. Finished off in 10th place with 5 eliminations. The question was, if they weren't eliminated so early, how would they have done an end game? Well, now we kind of get a bit of a taste of it, but it is now a 3v3, and Jaguar has broken free of the hardcover POI. In fact, they are now taking priority on the hilltop. 9Z once owned completely, forcing them back. And an impressive performance if Jaguar can turn their luck around from an abysmal game 1 to a beautiful game 2. This would be huge. But as it's now a 3v2, all eyes, Potro onto Kogo. Can't get the shots needed, and now Reyes is moving up. Potro's on the run. Potro's on the run, and Potro stays alive, but only just. 9Z back with the advantage, Dave.
That hovercraft, man, you gotta keep your eyes on that. Reyes gonna be in it, trying to get the runovers. Remix with a little Molotov lean peek action. Pocho has been popping off here since game number 1. There's a follow-up Molotov, the spread coming on out. Remix gonna be popping his head up.
Blue's pushing him out. 9Z knows exactly where he's at. Milo Van doesn't want to leave. Might finish him. Oh, hold up. Reyes has a chance. Milovan wants to die.
9Z looking to make a push now. Looks like they're calling off the potential compound CQC battle. Going right towards the ball behind their bowler over here. We are going to be crashing into. Doran's going to be looking right at him. A little 1v1 action.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. Breno's pushing up. Not going to lose. Takes damage. Hops down. It's too close. Wow. What a nade. Timed it perfectly, and it's instantly onto Kogoat, mind you. Instantly onto Kogoat. Last one up is Doran. This is his last chance, his last stance. I thought he was going to send it off into blue. I thought he was just going to continue to drive forward. Nope. Nate, he's still alive, and he will take himself out. There he is. Inco has one vehicle to their name, I believe, but Maryland have the vehicles, and that's going to be huge in this open zone. I mean, Igor just barely inside the next one. Very, very well done. Inco looks to make a move. Both teams take a bit of damage, but nobody gets knocked. Everyone's going to still be standing on their own 2 feet, and nobody wants to go into center zone, Dave. I mean, can you blame them?
You go.
Right.
Because you already know whoever goes first are going to be eliminated. I mean, it's going to happen here. Maryland, 13 eliminations. If I'm one of the Maryland players, I'm jumping in that glider back there, and I'm going to start my winter chicken dinner celebration. But shout out to Igor from the Wolves, just staying in there, staying strong, and getting these consistent placement points that the Wolves have been able to acquire. I mean, the last 2 weeks, the Wolves have been so consistent. That's why we saw them in the #1 spot heading into this weekend when it comes to the bonus points, right? Just so consistent. So taking out the elimination right there, Maryland Esports coming out on top.
You got 9Z across the way as well. So right now, honestly, both these teams need to stop fighting each other. They need to start looking more inwards and then take the fight afterwards. But sometimes that's a little bit too difficult. Yeah, United is stuck now focusing on X-Force. Fate coming from behind. United 4 Gaming is sandwiched.
There's that moment when you wish you had the deployable cover. I mean, it's a prime example. Just having that ability. But let's see, United 4, like you said, turn their attention onto X-Force, the duo from behind. Looks like Fate is going to be catching one of those grenades, and it does look like Eco going to be kind of pushing the envelope in the back end. Definitely trying to sandwich United 4 Gaming. Everybody trying to take them out over here on this west side. A limb behind the tree, taking up a lot of focus for the players in the front line from United 4. And here comes Loops as well, looking to get a piece of the pie.
Leap goes to throw a nade, hits himself. Unfortunately, hit the side of the tree. That's a tough break for him. He's forced to just snake in the grass forward, stay alive as long as he can. And you mentioned Loops. What about 9Z, who's also starting to roll up with Milos and Reyes to focus on Inco? That's going to alleviate some pressure on this Loops X-Force fight, so Loops can focus on the solo, which is a lead. Influence Rage notices and tracks that 9Z moves up with the duo. They inch forward a little bit, but they don't fully commit to the fight. 7 is down. 9Z starting to push up on Vitali, who has to hold his ground, but he looks away as soon as 9Z apex to Hill. He falls, and therefore McGrellin is by himself. Reyes pushing up, takes some shots on him, and McGrellin is surely dead in this moment. Reyes will finish him off, and Eco will be finished. 9Z up to 13. The question is, though, Dave, can they get their other 2 teammates back into the fight before Influence, Rage, and Co start to push up?
You hope so. You got Remix bleeding on out. Milos looks like, wasn't picked up in time. They had such a good run reflections. 13 eliminations going their way. Huge come up for them. Next zone does pop, so let's see Influence Rage with 3 players alive, 7 eliminations. It's their moment to take out the duo that's still alive from Loops Esports here, Hot Jukes.
These guys in vehicles driving around right now, just teasing each other at this point. Diego's got that nade. It looks like Influence Rage is starting to set up a little play here. Yeah, they're starting to get some off angles. Little boy pushes up, gets the 1. That's the 2, and that's the chicken dinner for Influence Rage.
Influence Rage picks up the winner chicken dinner. 9 eliminations, a huge come up.
What is he gonna do to be able to possibly put that pressure through the window? Catches Kayovsky. Beautifully done there from Baton.
Yeah, great call out. Yala trying to buy time for his teammates to get the reset because they just crashed Strand of Paul in the back line and they took out Strand of Paul. They're still in a little carport over there trying to get the pickups, but the Wolves, they are sinking their teeth in onto Team Liquid, and they're not going to allow them to push up for free right now. So Team Liquid with the advantage, but Revo over here crawling up, little boy in the closet, tossing the grenade. Revo, no utility when it comes to Molotovs or grenades, so it's going to come down to just pure gun skill. It's going to be popping in the buggy, trying to close the gap over there, so we'll have to keep tabs on that. Oh, we're back. We got the angle through the doorway. Little boy, you are stuck. The ricochet with the flashbang. We are sending it. Little boy back against the wall with the shotgun. Oh, taking down Obscure and getting the confirmation here. Revo with the pre-fire. Can he get the job done?
This is definitely deadly. Revo, he's been here for a while. Opposite of Lil Boy. Lil Boy's holding his own inside the shack. He took down Obscure just a second ago. Revo's trying to swing the angle. He does. Man, Obscure full sent it. Gets taken down. A wonderful hold from Lil Boy's perspective. That'll net at least one more elimination. 9Z been running on fumes for a while. Kogo can't hit the shot on Kowski, who will hold his own. Team Liquid will remain on the map. We're down to our top 4. Alpha 7, Maryland, Inco, and Team Liquid. And Inco, they want Team Liquid dead to rights. There's only one more member remaining. It's going to be Kowski setting the threshold. The potential starts here and now with Wolves out in 7th place with only 1 elimination. Alpha 7 and 12 elims, by the way, boys. 12 elims. If they can get 10 points for the winner chicken dinner, which is going to be hard with just 2 players, but very possible.
They have this entire east side to themselves and a full squad. The only team with 4 up. Everybody else is just, right now it's just Alpha 7 with 2 and everybody else with solos. So Inco Gaming looking to win this one.
Inco Gaming, this is their game to win here. The solos can play. Spoiler, I do see one of the members, McGrellin, actually knocked out over here. So it looks like all of Inco going to be turning their attention over here to flush them out, pick up McGrellin to get this winner chicken dinner. Oh, he got the confirmation with the grenade. 7-8 popping up real quick with the M4.
He's hugging the corner of the vehicle. He doesn't want to give up any position, but Revo takes damage. He hops in. He's alive. That's Gui Boy. I told you, Gui Boy could be detrimental, but Guizal takes him out. The smoke would conceal Revo, who stands up, gets his health back in, and it's a 2v3 day.
That's insane. Inco still not pulling the trigger here, Hot Juke. Still not making the move after hearing those shots. Now Revo with his 7 grenades gonna start to unleash the beast over here. It's got 6 more in hand. They see the smoke. 7-8 will be tossing some grenades of his own here. Revo really trying to do as much damage as possible, trying to get at least 1 knock to allow his squad mate with the alternate angle to get some good looks in here too, Hot Jukes.
Inco are not pushing that man advantage. They're playing this way too quiet here. Rebel with 5 nades connects on a 7. Can he get another one? He's gonna creep on up close here. He knows exactly where they are. That nade's gonna do it. Oh,
beautiful.
Another one. One more.
1v3 with the nades. 1v3 with the nades possible. Guizal looks to put the final nail in the coffin. Vitaly has no choice but to back away. But unrelenting is Revo with the nades. He refuses to budge. Guizal finish on to 7. Vitaly takes a risk. Gets Revo down to half health, but it's not enough. Guizal starts to tighten the vice grip. The 2 members of Alpha 7 pushing up, but Vitaly answers back. Vitaly answers back with Guizal, but it's not enough because Alpha 7 holds on tight in the end, and Revo hits the shots needed to silence Inco Gaming. Alpha 7 go back-to-back in maps 4 and 3, and this time they get 16 eliminations. They should officially be in first place.
The P90 though, he's looking to get the winner chicken dinner. It's gonna be a 3v4. That P90, man, up close and personal. It could be clutch. Diego going for those last second heals. So Yala is going to be crawling up. There he is, man. Sees Federal popping up. Boom, there's one. Can we connect onto Diego? Diego has the DBS. Quick little confirmation right there from Ayala, that P90. You love to see it.
Up close. Ayala, you got this, baby. You've been here before. You can do it. You can do it. Diego hits the shots needed. And Chief, last one up. The last chance for Team Liquid to finally get a win during PMSL America's fall season, but he'll fall short. And Influence Rage, just like they did yesterday, will close out day 2 with the win on the final map on Miramar. That tomorrow, where it matters the most. A big lead now for Wolves over Alpha 7, 161 to 144. 200 points incoming. That could very well be where we end the competition. Wolves, by the way, will have to reach 171 points for Smash Point threshold tomorrow. Same thing for everybody else.
Because Wolves are still in this game, they can end this tournament in the next game, right? Possibly. So if you are Royals of War, I think you gotta go crazy. Take advantage right here, right now.
Take advantage. IG on the run. Wolves on the hunt. Silence desperately trying to get away despite taking a little bit of damage. He manages to do so. We transfer over to Royals of War versus Resilience, and Demonor puts up a good effort but ends up falling. Big Tix with the off angle surely gets to cleanups, and he will, saving the day for Royals of War. I say that. Hold up. Alpha 7 rolls in deep, and Victix will fall, and therefore Royals of War's run on Rondo Map 1 is cut short, PB.
We'll see who Wolves discover first. It looks like it's going to be intense game here. This is a big fight because if the Wolves go out, Alpha 7 is hard charging right now with momentum. They've already put 6 points up on the board, and the Wolves have one knocked. It is Baton. Look for Higors here to make a play, but Hafa on top of this hill. He's got good sight lines, and he sees that member crawling behind, and now the Wolves are on the rope with that huge off-angle flanker. Dave, look at Silence working those angles.
Silence has got some beautiful angles. I'm looking at Alpha 7. They might actually be the first team to hit Smash Point because we're looking at Wolves. They're currently getting beat up. They only got 2 elim points. Meanwhile, Alpha 7 are being extremely proactive out there on that east side. So Silence, 6 grenades, 1 Molotov, my dude. Pushing up, going to be predicting an enemy behind that boulder. I do like the positioning right there, but IG, they got the shoreline. They got the cover to work with. If they do receive some shots, they can just dip back down into their cover. So Doran hitting the dirt, getting those heels up. Inko, Big Chillin, at least the duo, not really making a move, not really third partying this right now. Hot Jukes pretty much allowing both teams to get a slight reset here, but we still got IG on the high ground. There's a nice grenade onto Coops right there, leaving just Dorn, the one-man wrecking ball, and he's out of here.
Huge.
We're not going 2 games.
Yep, it's not going 2 games after all. Wolves are not able to reach that Smash Point. They're gonna have to wait another match in order to do so.
All the viewers out there with Amazon gift cards. Map number 2 of our grand finals. Only 5 more maps to be played. The question is, who is going to take it? Well, for Alpha 7, they want to close it in 3. Going into this one, the Wolves, they're also very close to surpassing the Smash Point threshold, but they've got to lock it in. They fell short on Rondo. They don't want to fall short on Map 2 Erangel, PB.
It does look like Alpha 7 does go to North George, and Wolves goes down to Farm. Pretty much standard. But like you were saying, Taylor, these are 2 squads that if they do indeed hit that Smash Point threshold, they have come together so many times throughout this tournament and had so many head-to-head fights that the next head-to-head fight they have could ultimately decide the entire thing.
That's very well the case, isn't it? And this zone is going to be relatively good for a team such as Wolves, who are just on the outskirts of it. Where are we going for Alpha 7? Whoa, we're going straight into IG. Hold up a hot drop. This is not happening. Alpha 7 have absolutely changed up their game. They're getting aggressive, and Revo's got a shot into the body on Rafa, Carrillo, knifes down Petrino, Adrian also gone. IG out of the lobby, and just like that, Alpha 7 has reached the Smash Point threshold on Jukes.
Alpha 7 holding the Wizard Tower. You got VIP right next to him. And Alpha 7, they smell weakness, boys. They're like, you know what? Maybe we leave. Good idea for Carrillo. Take off.
We're going towards shelter, though?
Massive impact here. If he goes down, which it looks like he will, straight on a ball coming in from the side, he's down to 1 HP, and he's gonna drop. Alpha 7 in big trouble right now. Straight on a ball crashing onto them as well, trying to take advantage of the numbers. They're failing, but 2 down, and Alpha 7 eliminated first out of the lobby. The door is wide open for the Wolves. Can they get it done, Taylor?
Could they going to get it done. They're the only team that can. That's an interesting rotation from Alpha 7. Definitely so. I think they should have stayed and fought against VIP.
Right.
But we focus our attention against TL.
They didn't even have to
TL
fight
and
VIP.
9Z are fighting at the moment. And yeah, well, Milos is going to be down. Team Liquid, I believe, also falls. Team Liquid, a team that is desperately trying to claw their way up, are now gone. And you stay where you're at. There's no reason to full send at the shelter.
Right, it was a standstill. They were tossing on some grenades. You know, they might not have known it was VIP, but VIP, they really weren't moving at all. They were turtling on to decide to push a little more into the center on the side of that hillside. I think they were just overthinking the advantage they had here and getting wiped out. Just a huge upset.
Klaus was on the push through the window, and X-Force nades their own player, and that is going to spell doom for him, Dukes.
24K got to make something happen here from the high ground. He gets two, but Victex through the window is able to get the knock. It's all up to Fate. Keep your tournament hopes alive. The Molotov is going to miss, and Fate is so hurt right now. He's going to try to get this first aid, but Victex is there with the nade, and that is it. X-Force is out of there.
Not on necessarily the softer side of the zone. I mean, Maryland's behind them. That's going to be a cause for concern potentially, but
just a little bit, but big fights happening. We were just chatting about Inco trying to keep their tournament dreams alive. They were trying to wedge themselves into the new play zone. They do get caught up with Influence, but Influence actually pulling off that fight, Hot Jukes, and sending little boy Law dead center. That could be the saving grace for Inco.
They got another point as well. So, yeah, look at that.
Comes to catching up, just 5 points away. So for Loops, winning this fight against Eco could be massive. That would solidify their spot. Also opens up a door potentially for this tournament ending and them staying in 5th place if Wolves can win.
Loops. So that is going to be a big fight here. Looking over here, Inco, they do recognize Loops. Squad mates out there running around, but the ammo count really low right now, Hot Jukes.
I am staring at this fight. If Inco takes down Loops and Wolves win this game, Inco will move forward. So let's see how that actually plays out here as the tense game is burning up. Jaguar go down, PB. That fight between Inco and Loops, though, is imminent.
It is. That Jaguar going down was big because that frees up another team out of the northern portion of this map. Gives Wolves a bit of a place to move, at least. For now, you still have United 4 and teams that are in 6th, 7th, 8th are gaining on them every single time. And right now, we're going to see them get into it. They stop in the blue zone. McGrellin goes down, so they get the jump. And now Vitaly's got to try to protect the squad from up in the high ground. At least they've got some high ground. But now the Wolves can try to capitalize. Nenevechek getting pushed by Igors, and things are starting to pop off. It's getting crazy, Dave.
Yo, Loops just overshooting the mark right there. Trying to throw
Wolves
a wrench
swung
into
around
the
up
plan
top.
of Inco. Wolves now taking advantage of this one.
He's in the sidelines.
He's done. He's done.
Vitaly knows where he is, but Royals of War is down below as well, so they may have a sight line if they know he's there. So Nilzada goes over the edge. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Deminor did not know he was there at first.
West side Hot Jukes, they are planning out their next move right now. Oh, they're pushing.
Yeah.
Trying to get the run over. Got the
Great job,
intel. Still alive here. So we got the intel. We know there's at least one player in the shack, and they might have even spotted out one of the players behind the boulders too. So they might have the intel and the information where they are.
Inco's gonna have to defend. Wolves push up, trying to drive by. Vitaly shooting some shots, getting caught in the blender. It's just that it
Nenevechek, last stop,
He's
running,
out of here.
sprinting,
Sprinting. No helmet.
5 points. 5 points behind Loops. 5 points behind Loops. Trying desperately to stay alive. For the others, for example, with Inco, the big story with them, with one solo alive within a Bete. If he can somehow, someway pick up elims like in this moment, they can pass up Loops. They can pass up Loops, but David's going to be in a fight. Royals of War are going to lose him along with themselves. Now, top 4 teams.
So they own the zone, they own the high ground, but can they hit the shots? That's the question. Fights popping off right now for intense game, and United 4, this is everything the Wolves were hoping for. They can third-party this and come out on top. Will it hit now? Wolves with all 4 up, and here they come. He tries to escape, but he's down. Is it gonna be right over right now?
Might be.
USA on top potentially, Taylor. We're almost there.
We're almost there. Eco and Abente has managed to stay alive, and he's going to be in second place, which means they might be able to pass some Bloops. Did Eco Gaming just qualify? But we know for sure that Wolves from North America are going to close the vice grip. They're going to take down in Abente to solo for Miko, and it's official. North America are your PMSL 2025 champions. The Wolves have overcome adversity. They have taken the moment by storm, and they are officially your champs. Hot Jukes, it's been a long time coming. They come back this season, and they say, not again. We're lifting this trophy high. Boys, you earned it. Pick it up. There it is. The Wolves, once again, your PMSL America's fall season champions. But boys, it's time to look at our overalls and figure out, did Loops do enough to hold on? Yes, they did, just by 2 points. Let's take a look at PMGC points, another storyline that we were breaking down throughout our tournament, and it was Alpha 7 who ultimately ends up winning. We take a look at Latin America. 9Z, no surprise, will hold on to first as well. North America, naturally, it was the Wolves. Here are your qualified PMGC teams. It is, in fact, Alpha 7, 9Z Wolves, Influence Rage, and Loops Esports. Punch to ticket, PB. These are your rosters competing on the global stage.